Some customers are just jerks, and I don't want to sell them anyway. That is what a salesperson told me recently. After he had a bad encounter with a difficult customer, he wanted to make sure that I understood that that was not the kind of customer that he even wanted, and that we, as a store, don't want that customer anyway. You see, what had happened was the salesperson and the customer started the process, and at some point, the rapport dissolved, it disintegrated, and it eventually turned into antagonism. And now you have a salesperson and a customer who are not getting along. If this has ever happened to you, I'm going to share with you in this video some simple things you can do to transform your most negative customers into positive opportunities. It is inevitable that we're going to have a negative Nancy or a Johnny Jerk customer come through the door of the dealership at some point. The question is, how are we going to turn those negative customers into unique and positive opportunities? I want to share with you a technique I developed back when I was selling cars that really helped me not only sell more difficult customers, but enjoy the process and turn those customers into raving fans. The technique that I developed was called my top 10 favorite customer list. Now, I need you to imagine for a moment what I'm describing to you is an actual list of names of people, and it was prominently featured at my desk. So it actually had the title Top 10 Favorite at the top, and then a list of 10 names of customers who bought from me. This list that I had titled Top 10 Favorite was actually my top 10 most difficult customers I had ever sold. This list helped me the next time I had a difficult customer come through the doors, I could rank them in my head according to their difficulty by the list. So let's say that I had a customer walk in the door whose name was Bob, and Bob has a chip on his shoulder because of bad experiences at other dealerships. He has stereotypes in his mind, and Bob is just being difficult to do business with. And I now rank Bob in my head according to the list. And I'm going to say, gosh, Bob's got this attitude. Bob reminds me a little bit of Joe on the list. Well, Joe's number 7. Bob's a little worse than that. So now Bob will become my Joe. Bob's now number 7 on my list, which means I've sold 6 people more difficult than Bob. I can sell Bob too. This simple act of ranking the customer according to my list helped me gain and maintain a committed attitude of service and of selling Bob to make sure Bob goes on my list. Or let's say I had somebody who was very difficult, in fact, possibly the most difficult client I had had so far. This new customer, let's say her name is Mary. Mary has a terrible attitude, and she's very demanding, and she's very difficult to work with. As I talk to Mary, I rank Mary on my list, and I say, gosh, Mary, in my head, I think, you're the most difficult customer I've ever had. You are number 1 on my list. I cannot wait till I sell you and create a whole new list with you at the top. This drove me to a deep commitment to sell Mary a car and put her on my list. So when I had difficult customers, it didn't frustrate me, it didn't discourage me, it inspired and motivated me. The idea of the list transformed my communication with my clients and my desire to sell them. This simple idea of a top 10 favorite list is easy for you to implement. All you do is take out a sheet of paper and put top 10 favorite in it, and then start writing down the names of the most difficult customers you've had in the last several months. Rank them in order, and then your next difficult customer, you're going to rank them according to the list. I hope that this one simple idea can transform your experience with your next difficult customer, and you can turn a negative customer into a positive opportunity. Thanks.